was an interesting moment for me at the time, because I really wasn't seeking someone or anyone, I should say. I just hoped if I did meet someone, that they would be a positive person to meet. Everything he was saying and doing was making me fall in love with him.
A lot of people quit going, that's just how it got to be. But she keeps on fighting and it takes a lot of guts. No justice, no peace!
You two are like two immature cartoon characters.
Objection. Where's any of this evidence of this?
Order!
I'm sanctioning you for $15,000.
I have a right to see my son.
This is all about a child. A poor boy born into a battle.
This is not justice! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No peace! No justice!
You're trying to have a judge removed.
I'll sanction her for thousands of dollars for coming to court.
How much money is Mr. K-Man and Mr. Gee paying you and your fellow judges to keep this woman away from her child?
Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gonna survive, gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I've gotta survive, gonna survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna survive. Even with your lies.
This is the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. Dr. Meleeka Clary is a clinical psychologist, actress, director, model, and human rights activist. On this program, Dr. Meleeka guides you toward a more fulfilling life through the power of positive psychology. And now, please welcome your host, Dr. Meleeka Clary.
Welcome to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, where we're coming live. Woo! Yes, people, we are back. Okay. Oh, well, hey, wait a minute. I got to give thanks to God. Thank you, God, for giving me another day to be able to say I love you to my loved ones and to do this show. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Thank you. You know, I got to always try to give praise, because without him, what can I do? That's all I can say. What can I do, people? What can you do without him? He allows you to get up. Some people he didn't allow to get up. Or, you know, some people needed to go because, you know, there's things that were happening in their life and it was ready to go time. So, but right now, he allowed me to do this show and come up on this here. And I'm like, yes, I made it right now. Okay. So I'm very grateful for that. You know what? When I look at that trailer, and y'all know that's such a accomplishment, is to be able to make a movie. And, you know, not a movie that after the fact that you're dead and you say, hey, this is a movie. No, before you die, you're able to watch a movie you made and play in it and do things on some real stuff, though. That's what's so interesting, like based on true events. You know, it's not exactly the kind of movie I wanted to make at my beginning of a movie in my life, but it was a must. So I get what God, you know, said, hey, it's a must. And I bring that up because, you know, by me viewing the movie, and it's still available on Prime Video, people. So y'all better come on, go see that movie. 3/4 Deception, people. See the movie, okay? Because I'm still going through judicial deception. Yeah, I know. You're probably like, wow, you've been doing this forever. Whew, 17 years counting, you know. And I don't know when the judges or lawyers or, you know, people that want to use their judicial powers to hurt people instead of making more good and utilizing it for good. I don't know when they're going to understand that should not happen. Leave the personal out of. You know, people have rights to go to court and state their case. And I'm one of those individuals, but Evidently, because I went to school with some of these people, I know what the judicial officers are supposed to do. They take an oath to be good people, judges and lawyers. Well, it doesn't seem like I've been meeting some good ones sometime, but I do know some good ones. But unfortunately, I, made a movie based on judicial deception. And, this is kind of like something, and I'm going to get into other stuff, of course, today. But, what's really interesting, because I'm talking about this movie, is that Dr. Meleeka Clary don't make a movie just of judges and lawyers and political good old boy network unless there was something going on. I would like for my life to be more meaningful, that I'm sharing things that's happening for change. That's why I do what I do. I'm trying to contribute to a change. I'm telling you that things is not right. And in the movie, when people go to court, they go to court for help, judges, not for you to help your boy because y'all went to the same law school, or the lawyer he got, or he, whatever. And it's forget what the defendant or plaintiff or whoever brought the lawsuit or not, no lawsuit, whatever the case may be, but to forget their information, testimony, or evidence, and not looking at what's actually in front of you and just paying attention to the best of the hookup. That's a problem. And even maybe it might be that, I say this maybe in a culture thing. A lot of Black people don't like going to court. And I know, and I'm not trying to be racist or anything like that. I am of color. And when I talk about court, it's like, oh, we're never going to get a chance here. They're going to look at it. It's always a fight because it's always been a fight, no matter how you want to look at it. And that's, if you're a minority, it's always been a fight. It's always been a fight. So when you go to court, you want justice. But then when you see all one color, or you see another color that they might have a degree that's allowed them to get away with certain things because they are a lawyer and they part of that world with those people who are lawyers or judicial officers, they don't see the average person. And I have to give you that per like a pro se litigant versus a person who is an attorney, but they're still people and they're against each other. And that's a problem to me because I have not seen that change. I've been dealing with things for 17 years. I still get treated biased. I still get unfavorable decisions. And it don't have to be perfect. It don't have to always be my way, but it's not even been the way. I've not ever have I seen my ex-husband be in contempt, ever. Never contempt. Never. He's been in contempt and doing a lot of things, but always getting away. It's like, so when you think about, I'm bringing the real of when you go to court, it's like, wow, why is someone's going to go to court if they're never going to be heard? That you guys are manipulating and make it seem like you're hearing, but at the end of the day, you're going to go with these people. And why? Because he's a lawyer. His friends is a lawyer. They know the judge, or they've been worked in front of this judge numerous of times. And you're not really paying attention to the pro se litigant. That makes someone says, why waste my time going to court when I'm just going to get the same decision? Nothing. So judges, you need to do something different about that. My perspective is not just like everybody else. Yes, I piss you off because why? I appeal. That's a right. I have a right to appeal. I don't agree with you because you're hooking up your boy or your girl, but you ain't doing your job. And your job is to pay attention to the evidence in front of you and the person too. Not just hook up when, it's, come on. And that goes for you attorneys too. You trying to get a slap on, hey, let's hook it up. I know it might be in front of them all the time. What are you saying? I mean, what about the new generation that goes to law school who wants to make a difference in this life? What are you showing them? Oh, that you got to know a judge, so you can go ahead and do your thing. You can win a case because you got to know a judge. Is that what we're doing now? Instead of saying, hey, why don't you argue correctly? Why don't you know the evidence? But people are coming with evidence and the judges are just looking the other way. That you don't need to go to school for hookup. You don't need to go to school for that. Why waste your time going to law school if that's all you're going to do is just hook up? If that's all you're going to do is expect a hookup. That's it. To me, that's why I wrote that movie. Things need to change. And I'm also considering Three Corners Deception too. Considering it. Now, what that means, people, is that if I start writing about all the stuff that I have is going on with me since the first Three Corners Deception one, a whole lot of lawyers and a whole lot of judges will be named in this movie. And you can't say nothing because one thing is true. That's the thing. It's true. And I've seen it. Like I just went to court not too long ago and watched two lawyers change paperwork that I never wrote. I never put down my name as an owner of anything. And they wrote that in. And did the judge do anything? Didn't say. I yelled up in that court and say, wait, I didn't do that. But this judge didn't even like blink like, yeah, okay. He would let that go. And I don't know if he let his own testimony though. But it was illegal for them to change a financial document. I did not write. I did not sign my name to that. I had a copy of what I signed my name. But when I watch stuff like that, you're like, wow. And so it's interesting. So when I talk about me being a human rights activist, this is the stuff. When I write movies, y'all, I write from the heart. I've seen that. I've seen, and I'm going to go on and on before I go into my other stuff because I do got other stuff. But I got to let y'all know, I'm not writing movies. I'm not doing shows just to be defamation of character to hurt other judges and lawyers. I mean, no, I'm a human rights activist. I want change. I need change in this world. I need people to understand this should not happen. If you take assets from somebody and it was worth a certain amount of money, and then 10 years later, you never gave them credit for it, you just take it like a gangster. And then you give them credit for like $250 when there's no evidence that says that, and it's just evidence that says it's worth $7,500. I'm just telling you, this is the kind of illegal stuff that goes on in these courts. And I have to say, it probably in a lot of courts in different places in different states, but I'm talking about Indiana, y'all. I'm talking about the courts I had been in. Those are the courts I'm talking about. You can look it up. I'm talking about those courts. They ain't doing things right. And it's not right what they're doing to people. And I'm one of those people. I'm a civilian people. That's who I am. I am a civilian first. So when you start doing things and playing games with the laws, what can I do besides write a movie and expose the bad people? Because that's all you can do. But maybe it's some embarrassment, and maybe somebody will lose their job. Maybe the judge will lose his job. Maybe the attorneys will get disbarred. Maybe they will get in trouble for the things they've been doing, because this is not legal to do. It's called court fraud and deception, judicial deception. You're going to court thinking you're going to get your day in court, and then when you get there, the judge looks the other way. You can put as much evidence in front, he's not going to go your way because he's trying to hook up his friend. That's just disgusting. Because I went to school. I got criminal justice degrees. I went to law school about a year. I'm a paralegal. So what would you think is that's what I wanted to experience? I never want to experience that, to see that. I'm for the people. I care about the people. That's why I'm sharing information with y'all, because I don't believe what's going on is right. I don't think so. And I have to constantly remind myself that why I share my business is because I want something to change. And on that note, I'm going to take a brief commercial, people. I don't need to get so deep, but I got to, because things need to change. And we see so much going on. And we're not here forever. And y'all people who doing things bad too, in the judicial world, you ain't here forever either. On that note, we're going to take a brief commercial, and we'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, powered by Sweet Recordings. We'll be right back, fam. Don't go nowhere. Now, I always tell people communication is so important. If you are feeling a certain way, what's the best way? Accept it and talk about it. How do you feel about this situation? Talk about it. That's the best advice, is talk about how you're feeling about the situation. Whatever is bothering you, whatever's you're carrying that weight, talk about it. Because if you release it, you'll feel much better. You might think that, you're going to be judged. If you feel that someone else is in your family is keep on letting you know all the problems that have happened and they won't let it go, let them know so then you can let it go. Explain how you feel, that I'm letting that go. There was nothing I could have done. And if I did do something, well, mistakes happen. We all make mistakes, and that's what happened. Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, where we come in live. Woo! I'm back, people. Welcome back. Like I said, so before I went on break, yes, I have to let people know why I do movies and why I do my talk show. Sharing is caring. So yes, I'm so considering it, because like I said, I have to go back. Even the police officers, I've seen some hook up when I know that I personally can't go into somebody's bank account and just give them a phony document that a judge did not sign and manipulate it, and don't get arrested for it. Investigate it, but not be arrested for it. I've seen some lawyers don't get arrested for some stuff. That is some interesting stuff. I ain't never seen it. That's why I said, don't get me wrong, there's situations I've seen money come back, and I said the judge said, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Yeah, but he signed a document, but didn't read it and didn't know he was going to do it. It's just, oh my gosh, all the play that is going on. All the play. They make a good movie, but this is true that had happened. And I've seen stuff still happening. So what's really interesting is like, wow, when are you going to stop with the hookup? Is all their careers worth this? But it's because a person did I want to say dare to challenge the system. Challenge the system. So they want to make life harder for the individual that challenged the system. Well, I never wanted to be part of the good old boy network. Even when I wanted to be a lawyer, I never wanted to get a hookup. No, I actually wanted to fight and argue what's right. Now, maybe I wouldn't win the case. Maybe I would. I don't know. But that was my reasons to go and help the people. Always wanted to be pro bono. Never wanted to charge. So it's kind of like the motivation wasn't money. It's because I was tired of watching people getting treated so badly. And in my sense, it was white or black. It was all types of colors were being treated badly when it came to the judicial system. Things they did not know. So if I can utilize my platform and let you know what your rights are, then I will do just that. But when things happen to me, I have to share that with other people, because I'm like, wait, that's not right. But let me explain to you, when I do share things with you, I also expect you guys to share it with others. So when you hear segments like this, share it, share it, share it, share it, share it, share it. Let people know, even if they're not on social media, let them know what their rights are. Let them know, because if you don't do nothing, how is anything going to change? There's these judges that have power to do things. And then these lawyers that have power to do things. If they're crooked and they're doing things unfavorable, then why are they still lawyers? Why are they still judges? Let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of them. And I'm working with other people. So I'm waiting for some more stuff to happen in this court system, and you will hear from it. because I'm gathering up. And that's what I got to do every time, gathering up. So I'm using my platform, using my voice to gather and start getting ready for more stuff, because my message has to be clear that you need to stop doing what you're doing. Stop with the hookup and the good old boy network, because only what that person's doing is using their title to mess up your title, because they don't care. They're doing stuff and you're covering for them and you're helping them just to get your reputation tarnished, tainted. You know, I don't get it. I don't care. What is this? I would never want somebody to hurt my reputation if I'm not that person. I would never want that. But I've seen these judges don't care. And some of them are older and they're on the bench and they want to ride out like that. And maybe it's some bad things they've been doing for years and it needs to catch up to them. I have no idea. But I know one thing. If you keep messing with me, I'm going to keep on sharing and letting people know, because I don't believe what you're doing is right. And I see what you're doing is wrong. And I don't agree. I don't agree. And on what I keep saying is that was my kid. Or if my kid was going through something and they became an adult and they are going through something personal in their life, and then all of a sudden their father's an attorney, they're going to just be like, well, I'm an attorney. We're going to give you everything. We're going to take your kid and you're going to get everything. We're going to let that girl suffer, forget being co-parent. I don't want that. And no, it's not the way to do it. But the way this is looking is the way that would be. And that's not right. That's not right. You can't go around, keep using your judicial powers to manipulate the situation. And I'm really talking to you judges and lawyers. I'm serious in this. It's terrible. And I go down to police officers too, because, you know, I feel that, you know, my ex-husband, when he did the fraud thing, you know, against my daughters and taking money out and just did it and lied. And, you know, that he should have been arrested for that. But because these police officers knew, the judges, they didn't do anything to the point. Now, don't get me wrong, my kids got their money back, but that wasn't the point. I feel like if that was me, I would have been arrested 20 times. If that was my daughters, they would have been arrested 20 times. And that's why I'm saying the favoritism just not make sense. Make sense of it, because it doesn't. And I told you, I'm not against judicial officers, because like I said, I'm a college professor for many years. I have got 4 degrees in criminal justice. So no, but I am against crookedness. I'm against that. You can't be a human rights activist and be with it, because I ain't with it. So what I'm telling you is that, and this is for y'all, change it up. Because if you want to keep going down that yellow brick road, you will lose at the end of the day. You're going to lose something. You're going to lose your career eventually. You're going to lose some shame. You're going to lose something, because I don't see how evil could continue, especially when I believe in God. And you can go around and have a book and you go to court and say, hey, you know, tell the truth and nothing but the truth. That to me, you guys say, may God help you and all that. But then you up here doing all the dirt. So it's okay for, and right in front of you, somebody to change somebody's paperwork. It's okay. But didn't they just put their hand up and swore on the oath? What Bible are we doing? What Bible is that? Because it doesn't seem like the good book. Okay? Because that's what I'm seeing. And I'm watching this happen in front of me. It's ridiculous. It's bad. So when are we going to change that? When Dr. Meleeka Clary is going to walk in court one day and know that her rights are going to be looked at like, okay, we're going to do this right. We're going to pay attention. This person going to get in trouble for what he's doing. You know, when is that going to happen? When are we not looking at the good old boys? Oh, we just going to keep on. Are we just going to keep on penalizing Dr. Oh, I get her $15,000 for coming to court. Where's that $15,000 for what? Because I got a mouth? No, you said something, $17,000. Now you're going to get a judgment for $20,000. Where is this coming from? Why am I getting a judgment for just opening my mouth? That's right, miss. just for opening your mouth, you're going to get $15,000 judgment. What? Or delay. What did I delay? We ain't going to tell you. Just being you, because we know you're going to appeal, and we're going to penalize you for that. That is personal. You guys are taking things personal. You do know if the table was turned and you needed to go to court, you are going to utilize those remedies too. You are going to appeal. Why is it a big thing if Meleeka utilized her options? Oh, so now we really going to get in trouble because, no, you're not scaring me. I'm still going to do it. What it is I got to try to figure a way how to do it because it's cost effective. When you appeal, it costs a lot of money to appeal and time. And if you ain't got no money, you ain't got no time, then it ain't going to work. So people are stuck with the rulings. I think we need to do something about that, people. I mean, it really is bad. And when I say a lot of money, I mean, like you got to pay for transcripts and all. You got to go through the motions. And sometimes the finance is just not right for you to do all that. But they know that. Because the average person doing an appeal, it's a lot. And then you get a lawyer doing, I do a lot of my stuff per se, paralegal. But still, you got to be in the right mindset to do stuff. But God gets me, get it done. It gets it done. And believe me, I'm going to try to get it done. But I'm just telling you, this is the things that happen. But I want everyone who's listening, anybody, if you ever have a problem like that, get in touch with me. Because I know some good lawyers that don't mind helping out. That I will tell you. And they don't mind reading something, and they don't mind helping you out when you need some help too. Or at least resources. And that's why, going back into why I do the things I do. Sharing is caring. And as much as I don't like corruption, because that's what I've been talking about here in the judicial world, judicial system, there are so many other lawyers and judges that are great. I mean, like for instance, that movie, it was a nice judge that was like, he wasn't trying to hit a Good Old Boy Network. There was some police that tried to, stop me from doing that movie. And they were prosecutors, lawyers. They were like, nah, she's talking about those people. We know them. And he said, I ain't got nothing to do with all that. I'm not going to follow in that. You go and do your film. You go ahead and do your movie. You go have a good time. And he did. Oh, it's just right. It's just, and some lawyers let me use their office. So that's why I said it is not about, it's particular ones that want to go down that rat hole and push their control, their power, and take advantage of the powerless. I'm telling you, you know who you are. Because believe me, at the end of the day, we got something going. And I'm going to name them all. I have no problem naming all of y'all. You say freedom of speech. Well, until it's taken away, that's what I'm utilizing. Freedom of speech. And long as it's all true, what do you have to lose? Because if I can't explain what you're doing and it don't look right, so let the public look at it and say, wow, this don't make sense. Why would this happen? How did this happen? There's some things that people don't even believe to this day. They be like, you going to jail for allowing your son to be baptized? Yes, absolutely. They will put me in jail. Okay? For allowing my son. Isn't that one of the amendments? All right? For religion? So, I mean, and can you imagine? Yes, I was going to jail. And there's some other things that's going on. It's like, wow, you guys are doing things, making things so unreasonable that no one can handle it. Like they just making it. I want to say, I can't even go into it so much because I can't believe the things that they're doing just because I married somebody who was an attorney. It's just terrible. Unfortunately, no. Here you go. Let me paraphrase that. It wasn't the fact that I married a guy who was an attorney. The fact remains is the guy, he's manipulating his judicial powers to take advantage of a person in his personal life. Because I don't believe you can marry an attorney. No problem. There's marriages that last forever. You know what? And so I can't say that that is a personal person. It's the personality of the person. So no. So let me just make sure I'm the person I dealt with know how to mentally deal with his actions and just wants to control the situation. And when it's no controlling and he can't control the person, he's upset. And if he can't get his way, he's going to make your life live in hell. And other people are following with that, which they understand, but then you pissing them off because they're controlling too, because you got something to say. So now they're going to use the little person who's already pissed off and give him everything he wants, even if it doesn't make sense, just to piss you off. Things that make you go, because that's exactly what's been going on for 17 years. But I'm still here, people. I'm still here telling my story. And I'm going to continue telling my story, no matter how you want to look at it. Because as God is my witness, and he is, I ain't going to give up. Until the change happened, and if it doesn't change on my clock, at least I died trying. That's all I got to say. So, on that note, I am going to come back and we're going to talk about other stuff because there's stuff I want to talk about. But you know, I had to hit you off with the judicial system and the deception and how I'm feeling about that. Because one thing about my story and platform, I didn't start my platform because I just wanted counsel. I started my platform because there was something being done to me behind closed doors in the court system. And I'm going to leave it as that. The human rights activist is for real. Judicial deception is for real. And me protecting the rights of the people, at least try, is for real. So with that being said, I'm going to take a brief commercial and I'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. Don't go nowhere, fam. We'll be right back. Even in young individuals, older, communication, active listening, it helps. Because if a person is telling you something, try to listen to something they're saying. I have to say, when you touched about suicide too, people say, oh, well, that's the first time I heard or didn't know. Well, are we not communicating? Are we not talking?
Right.
Because how are
Right.
you not knowing what's going through in this individual's mind? Are we not asking another person? How can you be a wife or a husband and you're in the same home and not knowing what your wife or husband's going through? And then all of a sudden this person commits suicide. I think we need to change that. Where's the communication? Where is not seeking therapy? Is it our pride? Are we ashamed if we're having these thoughts? Because that's where the mental illness is developing even more. Because people are not
Right.
sharing or caring enough, or it's a phase. Because that's what I'm seeing, and that's across the board. It doesn't matter who
Absolutely.
you are. You could be a celebrity, you could be a lawyer, you could be a doctor, you could be a server. It doesn't matter, but you're human. So to me, we need to start changing the communication process. We need to talk. Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, powered by Sweet Recordings, where we're coming live. Ooh. Yes, darling, we are back. Welcome. Yes, I mean, okay, so before I left, of course, I was hammering down on some judicial deception. And the reason why I leaned on in morph people is because I'm really considering three corners deception too, even if I'm not, but I am. I have to let you all know what's going on my platform too, because that's what I do. You know, the Boston Girls, of course, that's definitely it. Probably, God willing, got to be done before that, of course, because that's the movie I really wanted to do. But if Three Corners of Deception 2 takes place, it's because of the movie I have to do. Because I've never seen something even in the police department. Like, I'd never seen anything that so kind of vain. Like, we had some good police officers, some bad ones that was just like, oh. And it was just like, they didn't do nothing. They was just like, oh, you got the good judge. Yeah, till you in that situation. Oh, you know, and I never seen him get arrested or nothing. It was just so much stuff that I was like, that's really interesting, because I can't do that. My kids can't go into somebody's bank account and make a lie and consider and write some stuff. They can't do that. Why didn't that person get arrested? I'm telling you, it's just like, how can this happen? But it did. So, I mean, I'm sitting, and you know, when you go through stuff, you come with stories. That's what storytelling is, events. You know, you go through an event in your life that you're like, I got to share this with the world. And that, I guess that's what I'm doing right now. I'm developing more movie thoughts. And I'm like getting all the experiences, and I'm like, write it down, write it down, write it down. So I'm gonna come back to that situation, write it down. And it's not even just I gotta say, even when I go through this lawsuits pending, and I watch a judge knowing these lawyers were wrong what they did, but he didn't say they were right. So I had to have him removed for not doing his job in another lawsuit. I'm suing, countersuit, I want to say, and counter complaint. And I watched and say, how these 4 lawyers good? They're not good. What makes them good? They didn't do anything but nothing. They even lied, missed the ball, didn't give no paperwork, didn't answer all those things that I have to answer a complaint, and I get penalized. If you don't get penalized. 9 months, you don't answer a complaint, you're supposed to lose the case. 9 month situation. So it's kind of weird that I watch this, but pro se litigant, as a pro se litigant, I'm not getting a lot of respect. But I know law, and the law says, look, 9 months ain't it, 30 days, but 9 months. And it just could not penalize these people, did not have to get rid of it. And even he had to go out with shame. Why? Because he wouldn't even write or answer why he's giving, because he couldn't, because he had no reason. Like he couldn't answer the judgment, couldn't give me nothing and say anything, but just denied. That is not legal. You can't do that. You got to give findings or, discussion or something, conclusion. You didn't do it. But, it's across the board. Now, I have to say that being a pro se litigant is, you're just not being looked at as your stuff. It was so bad that this judge did ask me before we got rid of him. He did. And I said I should say me got rid of him, before I actually went and got an attorney too. He even asked me, and I think this was the most insulting thing that you can go through. Did you use AI? I said, excuse me? AI? No, I'm a paralegal, but, it's just really good. Oh, thank you. I take that and said, thank you. But it was very insulting, because he said he denied things later. Like, wow. So what was the point of you asking me and then telling me on record that this was very good, but then deny it? But it's very good that you couldn't believe that a pro se litigant wrote it. And on top of that, the information was there. Like, you couldn't even give me an order. You couldn't give me nothing, but deny it, because it's 4 lawyers against this one little me. And what they wrote was nothing that compared to what I wrote. Well, if you have to know, paralegals help a lot with lawyers. Okay. So maybe, just maybe, a lot of great lawyers may have a great paralegal. Just saying. Okay. Just saying. So I have to say that. So here's the thing. When you hear things like that, yeah, it's bad. See, I know I got some lawyers and judges looking at me like, oh my gosh, she's just mouthing off. Look up my case. Okay, go ahead, look it up. Anything with Dr. Meleeka Clary, Meleeka Clary Coach, or Meleeka Clary, look it up and read what you can read. Because some stuff is not, public. I think my custody stuff, that's not public. You can't just go in there and read it. But there's other stuff that is, and it's an ongoing case. So you can read that and be like, wow, she's for real with that. And it's so true. I think I need to put a little heat on that situation because I think it's wrong for treat somebody like that. It's just not nice. I don't think you shouldn't insult me. I don't even know how to take it. It's like even me being in a court last time, there was this attorney, and I'm going to say her name, attorney, was it Jane Cotton? She said, I'm kind of famous. The quote was, you're kind of famous around your people. I said, your people? What's your people? Like around your, I think her words was your people. and I don't know what your people is. And I was wondering, did she just, and I said in my mind, did she just made a racial slur shot at me? Your people. And I'm like, I'm sorry, if I remember, my fans are all type of colors and all types of people, but your people. I don't have a your people. The people, but your people, I don't know what your people, and I hope she hears this. I don't know what your people means. And I didn't know what she meant, but the way she acted in that court, she wasn't nice anyway. So to me, it's just somebody who doesn't have style and just real ignorant individual. And it came out of ignorant mouth. So I figured that's the way ignorance work. Because I didn't comment, but it sure stuck with me. Like, your people, did you get that? Your people, who's your people? The things you have to go through. And you wonder why some people be thinking if it's race related. I mean, she is of a Caucasian, but I was like, your people. You're not famous around your people. Like, what's your people? It was just interesting that she said that. I just thought that was not classy. But she's in court trying to argue her case for her client. But insults and your people and all these other little things that she did that I just felt like, wow, you're a person that's getting hooked up in the court, and that's how you will win. Because right now, you don't have style nor personality that's really that good. And it's kind of trashy. And if you want to be kind of like that kind of individual, that tells me a lot who he hired. It wasn't about arguing. It's about hookup. And then changing my words and paperwork. That's what he got. But the judge didn't do nothing. So anyway, I could go back and forth with that. But, you know, my time is going to be soon up. So that was my in for judicial stuff for right now. But, you know, I always give you a little touch of stuff when I come on. Because I mostly have guests and stuff like that. So I got to, you know, let you know I'm still out there fighting a good fight, y'all. So what I go through, I'm still going to share things. So then maybe if you're going through something like that, maybe you'll see the different channels that I'm taking. You know, there is things to do. And either you get somebody disqualified, complain against them, you know, file complaints, you can. And you can file a complaint against a judge and lawyers. You can do all that. And the more they get, and we are, oh my gosh, that's why I said got something cooking, because I'm waiting and I'm letting them know I got something cooking. But this time it's going large, you know, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. And that's what you got to say. Enough is enough. So with that being said, I am going to, I want to talk about holidays. I know. You know, we know, and just to let you know, I am not going to be on the air next week because I get a break too. I got to eat some Thanksgiving food and family sharing. You know, before I like to do reruns and stuff like that, but I'm also realizing that the people who run the reruns, they have family too. They need to take care of their family and have family time. So we're just not going to be on the air. I guess that's just what you can do when you roll with your own thing. So don't miss me. You can play rerun if you really want to, but someone did say they guys might not be watching TV. So yeah, family time is all good, you know? So, and I'm okay with that. Trust me, I'll be back the next weekend, you know? But I want you guys to enjoy this family time and what that means to you. I mean, because there's some people that didn't make it Thanksgiving. and we have to acknowledge that in memories, because here's the good thing about this. This is when you can talk about people who's not sharing this moment with you, and enjoy that, like what that person was saying. You remember when that person said that? Oh my gosh, that's what's the lovely thing about Thanksgiving. It should be every day. People should talk, which I believe that 100%. Everyone should be talking. You guys, everyone should be talking. But if you just feel like you want to talk during the holidays, give thanks for the people that are around you and are still here with you, and to people, period. And if you see a lonely soul, Thanksgiving, or give them some food or something you could do. We always do the charity stuff. We always do. We do it constantly. I get my children to do it. Stuff we do that. And that's because some people don't have family, or family that are not trying to come together as family. And it's about just remembering that, you can. How's that? Because you can think about it in this way. If you can't do something, but if you could be there with some family members, that's just wonderful. It's a wonderful moment. It's a wonderful time. So let's get rid of the negativity. Okay, get rid of that. Love who you're around, because you chose to be around them during Thanksgiving. And if you can't make it to some events, that's, say hello. I wish I could, but, gonna be over here and do things and try to, be positive about it and be happy and enjoy the time you have. And the people who made it there, just give them a hug, say they laugh, enjoy, and be merry. Now, if you're gonna drink, make sure you're not driving, okay? Because we don't want that. I know Thanksgiving do welcome some drinks, y'all, and having some good food and eating and drinking, having a good time. I get it. Believe me, I'm gonna have me some mimosa. Well, maybe the wine. I don't know. I like my mimosa. Orange juice. I'm such a lightweight. As I got older, things don't work well with me. It just clashed with my little system here. So, and we play games and stuff, So when you're with your family, you're gonna play games or watch movies and just eat, and then go eat again and then eat again and eat again. That's a day that everyone has permission to eat all the day. Okay, so that's what's so funny about it. You got permission to eat as much as you want, because I know I'm gonna be cooking. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna cook a lot, but when I say that, it seems like I keep doing it. I keep cooking so much, so it's like, oh my gosh, I say I'm not gonna cook that much, but I do constantly. Because you know why? I'll tell you a secret. I never know who's coming to my house. So I want to make sure they have a plate. That's right. You know what I just realized? I don't think it's a secret if you're really listening. So you might come on my house and be like, do I get a plate? So just, only if we know you. Just have to say, because hey, some people might show up and I don't know you yet. There's no invitation like that. Okay, love you from afar. Call first. If I don't know you, call first. But I am telling you, but family, friends, you guys all know. And I always love to cook as much as I can, because I don't know. I know one time, and we did it for several years, actually. We had international students come to the house, because, it's kind of hard for them to be away from their family. So, church asked, and I allowed and said, hey, why not? More the merrier. It's all good. I've done that several times, actually. And I love it, but I am a person that gives and servant, I will say, all different directions in whatever way I can. God has blessed me, and when I make the food that I like to, cook for a lot of people. And what's interesting is because I come from a big family, and we've always had a lot of food. And I have cousins that came over, uncles, aunts, and all types of people, friends, a friend. And it's always been enough food. Matter of fact, it's been so much food. I'd be like, yo, take 4 plates. And because I don't want to be cooking. I don't want to have no dishes. And there's not enough room in the fridge. So please eat, and bring somebody else something. How's that? I always do that. I do. Everybody knows that. And I love doing it. So I have to remind you people about what the holidays mean. Be thankful for just making it. And have a safe holiday. And appreciate the ones that showed up, and the ones that couldn't, hey, it's okay. Just always remember to share that love. And you if you're trying, you're trying, and I always also say this. I always have to say that, even if you can't get together, at least I know that you're trying to get together. Even if you can't get together on that day, it's another day. See, Thanksgiving to me is every day. You could call your family members or friends and be like, you want to go out to dinner, or come over and have some food, or whatever. So I know sometimes it's just hard with the schedules. People got school, they got demands, they got, work, they got responsibilities, right? And you can't always get together on these holidays. But if you can, try to take initiative. But if you can't, maybe there's another play date. Okay. I say this because there's times that my kids, we couldn't always get together, all of my kids together on this special holiday. I have to do a weekend before, a weekend after, or, because I got other parents, it's not just me. Okay. I got to share, right? As much as I don't want to, but I got to share. I got to learn how to be a co-parent. So I did over the years. And there's times that they had to go and we just picked a week. It'd be our Thanksgiving. And here's the funny thing about it. When they couldn't go on the Thanksgiving day and we picked the weekend before or weekend after, there was more people that came because they already celebrated with their family and they was able to come because there was nothing else to do. And they know, hey, look, what's the name is cooking. They come to the Meleeka's house or their friends' names, which is my children's names. And they're cooking. So it's all good. So let's go to their house. So I really never, it's very, I don't want to say very seldom I actually have Thanksgiving on the Thursday. This year, yes, but it doesn't really happen because my kids will be like, scattered and, and it's okay. Like I said, I give thanks every day. Just be happy that God gives me that opportunity, and especially with all the things that are going on with my mom. Whew, you guys, thank you for your prayers. I mean, because, every day is different. We had another hiccup the other day. And, it's hard to watch your parent diminish in front of you. And it's hard to be very disciplined and let your parent know, no, you can't do that. No. That's going to hurt you more. No. I don't mean to be the mean child. And I don't know. It's, if I had to pick, which one do you be mean or do you be, well, not mean, but stern, I will say, or be more lenient and watch the person just cease when you could have done more and you probably need to say, no, you can't have that. Or no, we can't do that. You got to eat this because this will go down and it won't come back up and we're not in a hospital emergency. So, and I'm learning that. It's very hard going through that. But I tell you, I wouldn't have it no other way to get one more day with my parents. And I say that because my dad has been gone for 32 years. He actually died at 52. I think I mentioned that. And so if I get this one more day with my mom, with my loved ones, my children, I'm grateful. As I take it as a thumbs up, y'all, because life is so short. And I know we're not staying. I know we're not meant to stay. I get it. But I got to enjoy it all the way out. And, I got to enjoy it everywhere out. And we used to always like to go away, like out of town. But I can't trust the fact that my mom's going to make it out of town or something who's going to get her sick? I mean, I don't know, or anything. That's a concern. So I got to bring things, be spontaneous or creative and a new change. But I'm still, taking care of me and stuff like that. I enjoy. It doesn't seem like I'm deprived. I'm not deprived, y'all. I'm just, I got some sleep. I had to wake up, midnight a lot sometimes, but that's okay. I'm a night owl anyway. So I work 2-3 hours. It's good for me. It works for me. Now, it may not work for everybody else now. Now, I might crash another day and be like zombie for a whole 8 hours. That's a whole lot of sleep for me, though. But it happens. But it's okay. So I have to say this to you, and I'm always going to say this. Be grateful for every day you get for you. But remember, if you are taking care of somebody, take care of yourself too. Because I'm not neglecting myself, y'all. I'm not. I will continue to do what I got to do. Now, if I can get on a little weekend trip or so, I will do it and try to get somebody to do something. I got my children. I'm raising them to help a little bit here when they can. Okay? But because that's my release. That's my relief, y'all. That is my release. But I'm going to tell you something. You got to take care of yourself. Because if you don't, how can you take care of anybody else? And as much as I want to say that I could run around here and do it without taking care of myself, there's no way. No way. Because getting up in the middle of the night between them wee hours between 4:30 or 3. Well, I can't say 3 because sometimes I go to sleep at 3. So I'm going to say when I just knock off at 4:30, it's like, oh, and I'm hearing coughing and all this. I'm like, you got to get some sleep when you can. So, so you got to take care of yourself at the end of the day. When you get an opportunity to do it, you got to take care of yourself. And even if you're not taking care of somebody, you got to take care of yourself. Because eventually, if you want to live in this world, you got to take care. All right? We're going through so many health scares right now that, I'm telling you, it ain't just my mom. I got adult children. It's things, and I pray to God He just watch over. Everybody's going through something. So I pray out. These needs to get wild, y'all. I'll just let y'all know. Because it ain't just me just being on the knees. I pray all the time. I'll be like, please, Jesus, please. I know, I be begging because I need help. My kids need protection. I just want them to live a long life or long as whatever. I don't know. Just, I want them to outlive me. How's that? That's the best thing. So I just need them to be all right. Once you decide you want children and you bring them in this world, you just be trying to make sure that they are living right, taking care of their health, going to their physical appointments. Something off, you want to make sure they go take care of that. Go find out what's wrong. Don't neglect your care. And I have to tell you all people, and I say this with love, you people that like to work all the time and neglect your care and self-care, stop. Get your physicals and make sure that you're on time with those things. Get them, because without your health, you have nothing. You cannot do nothing without your health. You're keeping your health up. We really can't. I know we'd be like, oh, I'm sick. I'm just going to go to work. Okay, take some medicine. But if it's to a point and you need to really go get some antibiotics, that little cold medicine ain't going to kick it, then you better do it. Because your health is so important, and if you don't take care of it, you just, it's nothing going to work, nothing. So I know a lot of people think that I neglect my care, I neglect my health. When this is going down, then by the time you know it, you get a certain age, you're like, oh my God, everything broke. No, it's because you neglect your care. So please just take it from me. Don't do that. You know what? Oh, I've been running and we didn't even take a commercial. But you know what? That's okay, because I love the Dr. Meleeka Clary show. But I have ran my course. So here I am, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all already know my social medias. I got that orange little speed thing. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So you know, Mom, all about Google, and I'm all around. So you can get me, and I know you are, and you see my website. But here I am. I am going to tell you, I want you to have a wonderful Thanksgiving, people. From me to you, I love you all. I want you to have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family, with your friends. Eat, 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 eat. And don't feel shame for eating. Okay? Because have fun. I don't care. You guys love organic food. Get it. Okay? So enjoy yourself. And I love you all. And may God bless you all. And have a safe holidays to come, and enjoy every day with family. May God bless you, and take care, and enjoy the rest of the day and the weekend to come. God bless you all. Take care. Mwah.